Hello and welcome to the show once again, ladies and gentlemen. I know, it's been a little bit. I've been extremely busy for the past week or so, but that's all right. Okay. So, tonight is episode number 76, and we will be discussing the trials of Osiris, SBMM, yada yada yada, and all that good stuff. Okay. Let's go ahead and yeah, I changed it up a little bit. Ooh, creepy. I know it. So, I decided that I want to do something a little bit different this time. So, have no fear. Everything's okay. Now, if you get into my stream, you feel like the audio quality isn't all that great, please let me know. Or even if you're watching this in the past broadcast, in the comment section is where you can find me. And I brought out the old trusty. Which, I mean, the other one, it still works. It's just, I want to kind of switch it up a little bit. I might actually be looking for a different one compared to that. But for now, we're going to use this one. So, first off, allow me to... I'm going to go ahead and go in here into this. Oh, whoa. Before that, let's see. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Do. If I come here. Okay. So first off, I'm actually going to go ahead and set up this here in the Discord. If you are new here, this is your first time here, I have a Discord. The link is in the description. Okay? You can get into my Discord, join at any time, and that's where that's basically how I'm doing call-ins for right now. Because eventually that'll actually start taking hold. So, let me see here. Let's see. And yes. Cool. So Trials of Osiris and SBMM talk. So I'm actually gonna leave that one open as we discuss about a couple of these things that have been kind of floating around in the Destiny atmosphere, I guess you would say. So let me see here. And there it is. So you can actually take a look at the beauty. It's beautiful. And it's kind of nice because I decided to go ahead and get back into the whole clan thing a little bit. I haven't been hitting it as hard as I used to, especially here as of late, just for the fact that most of the for this past week, you know, I had family coming down and all that good stuff, so that kind of took away my attention. So, but I'm getting back on the grind. I know it's like middle of the week, but that's okay. So, and I guess to kind of explain a little bit of how the whole Discord works. Whenever you come in, you just go to the house rules, hit that little check mark that I got in there, and it'll automatically give you the first role, which is a new light roll. I have it set up pretty similar to like the Crucible levels. So you go through each of those levels. For people that want to come in and talk about it, unless if I personally know you, or I would have you there would be a requirement, like you would have to get to a certain level within my Discord, and all it is just chatting in my Discord. That's it. Like just chatting, and I can kind of get a decent vibe on what kind of person you are and all that good stuff. Now I'm thinking I might just go ahead and get rid of the radio chat. I don't know. I think I tried to keep everything pretty clean and separate, but I do have this. This is for all my clan members. And I do have an LFG section for all of you that want to try to maybe meet new people and all that good stuff. So not too bad. Not too bad. And then this is my little dungeon. We don't talk about the dungeon. Okay. All right. So enough of the Discord. Enough of that. Okay. So I guess we'll just go ahead and get into the first topic, which is the... Hang on a sec. Let me get this right here. Okay. So the first topic is going to be Trials of Osiris, the state of the trials, and maybe I could probably put my 2 cents in. Maybe. That's not exactly going to be a guarantee, but like that it's going to really make a whole lot of sense. But after kind of thinking about it and watching some of the videos that have been talking about trials, you know, it's, for me, it's more like, okay, we've kind of already been down this road a little bit, you know, here and there. And it's like, okay, it's close to the end of the season, and a lot of people are like, you know, they're taking breaks and all that good stuff. Hang on a second while see if that'll pop it up. Is it going to? Probably not. Okay. I wish OBS would just work, you know? Okay. and it doesn't look like it's going to do it. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to have to pop this out, minimize it, and all that good stuff. It's one of those little struggles when it comes to having to deal with one monitor. One day, I'm hoping that I can have more than just one monitor. That would be nice. Let's see. Let's try this one more time. Maybe it'll work, maybe not. So I'm gonna delete that. Paste. Let's do. It's like it doesn't even want to load in. Come on now. Okay. Whatever. Uh-oh. Uh-huh. Okay. Never mind. I'll have it up so that if anybody pops in, you want to hit me up in chat, feel free to do so. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and get right into the topic, kind of wasting time. Already like 12 minutes into the stream. Okay, so the Trials of Osiris. What is Trials of Osiris? So let's think about this for a sec. As far as I know, and the way I see Trials is it's supposed to be the realm of God tier PvP players, right? Well, there's a problem. We all know that Destiny, the way it sits now, most likely, I'm not going to say for certain that it couldn't ever be, but it's most likely never going to be, you know, e-game or e-sports quality, you know, where we're going to see tournaments and stuff like that. I mean, we have like small little tournaments that people put on all the time, but let's be honest, it's not, there's too much going on for it to really be able to hit that competitive realm, right? So, but at the same time, it is something for those who want to be competitive. So it's kind of like half-ass competitiveness. And you have to get to the lighthouse by getting 7 consecutive wins. And you have to fill out your card and all that good stuff. However, with it being the way it is, when it comes to I just don't think I don't think that some of these players or some of these people that, you know, have something to say when it comes to Trials, I don't think that they know exactly what it is that they want. A lot of the times you're going to hear, oh, well, I want to be able to have Trials, and Trials needs to be, it needs new maps, it needs new weapons. And I don't think that that's the case, to be honest. I really don't. I really don't think that that's the case, because let's be real here. Sure, let's say Bungie puts out 3 brand new maps, and we'll just take a random number. 6 brand new weapons. No revamps, no weapons that are already being used or already in the game, or even old ones. I'm talking like brand spanking new weapons, right? So if they put that in there, yeah, it's going to suffice for a short period of time, but eventually you're going to end up in the same position that Trials is in currently right now. I don't think that a lot of people are actually looking further or looking beyond the problem. The problem is if you want to have something that's competitive, you need, in the way that Trials of Osiris needs right now, you need people more like me to be in there. That mediocre, I've been to the Lighthouse, but it's mediocre. I'm mediocre, and you need, let's say it, you need cannon fodder. That's what you need to be able to make it worth it, I guess you would say, especially when it comes to like carries and stuff. The way I'm seeing it is a lot of these people that bitch and complain about the state of Trials are, typically are the top tier players or the streamers and content creators that are doing carries. And yeah, they are for free, which they used to sell it for, but now they can't do that anymore. But they do it for free ish. I mean, it's not really free. I mean, if you're going to be making videos and streams, you're going to get ad revenue from it. So you're still somewhat getting paid for it. We all know that. So, but at the same time, you need cannon fodder. You need people that are really not that interested in something like Trials of Osiris. You got to find a way to make it interesting, make it worth our while. Like me, it's like, well, I'm not going to just run into Trials just because. I mean, one day, yeah, I might actually make it a regular thing where every weekend I go into Trials and actually play it. But that's if I gravitate more towards the PvP side of the game. I'm more of a PvE player at heart. So really PvP, it's more just time killing, maybe get a new weapon here and there, but or just have some fun with the boys, But maybe, I know one of the things I thought about was, I'm not the only one who thought about this, but one of the ideas was, hey, let's have Bungie develop like a season that is extremely PvP focused, and kind of get more people into that realm. Because I know a lot of people that I play with or I've known in the past, they don't care about PvP. They don't want anything to do with PvP, which is fine. I mean, that's how they want to play. But how do you get them interested? So I'm thinking, okay, well, if you want to get them interested into Trials, a lot of people are not just going to just jump in there just because. I mean, the best example where everybody agreed was when Trials went away this last time and then came back, and it was that week one where there was more people that was going to the tower, and it was basically, that was it. Like everybody was playing Trials that weekend. I mean, hell, I even went to the tower that weekend, which, yeah, I put in the work, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, I don't know. Did I really earn it per se? So it's got to be a give and take, But at the same time, the way I see it is, you're not going to get, because right now you're just getting like god tier players playing against god tier players, and they're sick and tired of playing with only each other. And that's that's pretty much the sad part, unfortunately. But that's how it is in the state of the game. It's but I think, okay, I would think that if Bungie can make it where get someone like me to get into trials, and you're going to increase the population, but that there's a problem with that, right? There's a problem with trying to get like the casuals and the mediocre players to get into a competitive realm. And the problem would be is you're making it too casual, right? You would have, it's almost like you're making the game or just the competitive realm too casual. So it's like, okay, well, is there going to be a balance between the two? So, and if you're just joining, you know, hit me up in the chat. You know, if you want to put your 2 cents in on what I'm talking about, we're basically just talking. I'm just talking about Trials of Osiris. You know, the state of trials right now. We'll be getting into SBMM here in a bit, but you know, and feel free. I'll actually interact with you and all that good stuff. So, but anyways, I just don't think that the way trials is, it's I don't think it's going to change. I know Bungie is trying to make adjustments and try to balance things within each of the matches, you know, try to separate the player pool a bit. Like they got the flawless pool, and which most people are basically just avoiding like the fucking plague, you know? So it's just which is, it's kind of sad because I do like the idea of trying to get into trials more often, but for me, I'm not all that great of a PvP player, but you know, I'll dive into it here and there, especially you know, if I get a group of guys and it's like, hey, you know, we play pretty well together, let's shoot our shot, let's see what happens, you know, let's just have fun with it, you know, it's not really try to get all sweaty about it and all that other shit, you know, we just kind of chill and hang out and have fun. But I mean, could there be more incentive as in new maps and new weapons? I think I would probably gravitate more to weapons than maps because, yeah, like a map or two here and there would be nice. But that just means I got another new map that I got to learn how to navigate through, which luckily you only have the one map, I believe, for trials. So, and that's per weekend. So I guess if I just stuck it out in there, but I don't know. I just, at this point, do we really need trials in Destiny 2 anymore? Should we just, you know, say fuck it and just let it die again? Or I know a lot of people talk about, oh, we should bring the whole we should be able to bring trials back the way it was back in D1. You know, people like, oh, well, it was so much better than D1. I mean, maybe. I mean, I couldn't tell you. I never participated in D1 trials, but I've also heard that a lot of people misremember things when it comes from what had gone on in D1. But that's just information that I've heard. But I mean, it is what it is. So anyways, that's kind of like my thoughts. You know, it's more of, you know, in order to be able to improve trials, you need more players, and that seems to be the issue. You know, there's not a whole lot of incentive, or I don't know if it's really just the loot. Maybe it could be, you know, if Bungie just throws in a bunch of new weapons for trials. I don't know. I'm not really sure what it is, because it's like, okay, for example, could you possibly compare Trials of Osiris with Iron Banner? I mean, kind of, sort of, maybe not, but you know, everybody's just as sweaty in Iron Banner as they are in Trials. So maybe, you know, I'm not really sure what it is what gravitates me to go play Iron Banner over instead of not really so much as Trials of Osiris. To be honest, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I see Trials as the more competitive realm, where more people are going to gravitate more to that are higher tier players, and me just getting my clock waxed every turn that I make, it makes no sense. Like, I'm just going to get frustrated. I'm just like, fuck. I mean, yeah, sure, you can tell me get good, and I was like, well, yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, I would have to get good, right? So, and I don't know, it would just, there's got to be some sort of incentive to be able to push me over to the PvP side, right? And I've thought about doing it, you know, maybe having the actual courage to get out there and actually try to get into PvP, you know, maybe make a video series of it, where, you know, you kind of watch me go from kind of not too bad to, like, you know, popping off left and fucking right. Who knows? And then maybe once I get comfortable enough, I would actually do the whole try to get into Trials. But and then I also hear about the whole ranking thing, like where you see it in like Rainbow Six Siege. You know, a lot of people are like, hey, you know, let's put ranks. Let's put that in the game. I mean, is that really going to make anything better? I don't know. But if you're just joining, welcome. Hope you guys enjoying yourself. Feel free to hit me up in the chat. I got the chat open, and I'll interact with you as well. You know, give the video a like if you like. And, you know, it helps out the algorithm. Try to get more people in here into the stream. And by all means, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm 100% right. I could be 100% fucking wrong, but this is just kind of raw, the way how I feel about the whole situation when it comes to Trials. And I don't know, I just feel like people are not thinking, they're not raising the bar enough, you know, to be able to get what it is that they want. And it's like, oh, well, we just want new maps and new weapons. And it's like, well, from these certain people, all it sounds like is you want new content. you want new content to make content. You know, is it really for the betterment of the game? Yeah, sure. New weapons is nice. New maps would be nice. But at the same time, that's going to trickle down to like, meh. I mean, who really cares? So, anyways, that's kind of my thoughts when it comes to Trials. If anybody would like to add anything to the situation, by all means, go for it. Okay. So, SBMM. We'll go ahead and get into that one right now. So, SBMM, what is SBMM? It's skill-based matchmaking. Whoo, that is, I tell you what, it is definitely a hot topic, and let's just say Destiny is not the only like victim of this topic. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about it when it comes to the new Modern Warfare 2 game that just dropped recently. So a lot of people's got some real, you know, hot takes that they want to give when it comes to that. So to me, when it comes to SBMM, it sounds good on paper, right? So let's say, I mean, I would like to think that in a perfect world, it would work perfectly. And it's fair, it's just, and all that good stuff, right? So the idea behind this is, let's say I don't know, I'll use myself as an example. I'm probably somewhere like probably a little bit over a 1.0, maybe a 1.5 KD. I'm not really sure. I haven't checked. I could be less than that. I could be a 0.7 for all we fucking know. But at the same time, it basically, the idea behind it is somebody like me going up against somebody that is at the same skill as I am. So it's kind of 1-to-1 type of deal. I think maybe on a 1v1 basis, it sounds like it works out pretty good. But when you start adding multiple of players, I don't know if that's what's causing a lot of these issues. And it's just not in Destiny. It's also people are flipping their lid when it comes to Modern Warfare 2 as well. So the way, like, I've noticed some of the arguments that are against SBMM is, let's say, oh, well, we've all had that one pop off game, right? That one game that we just go off. We end up with like some kind of, like in Destiny, you come out with like something stupid like a 12.0 KD or something. You know, we've all experienced that. You know, we just do really, really well. It's like the perfect timing, the perfect map, the same for me. It always seems to be the same damn loadout I always go with. But it's all like everything. It's like the stars align for you. So, but you get that one game that you pop off, and then all of a sudden it wants to throw you in a game mode with other people that are technically much better than you, and then you just get smoked the rest of the night because skill-based matchmaking kicked in and was like, hey, you're too good, we're going to put you with these guys. Which maybe the skill-based matchmaking, I don't know if it operates in that sort of way, where it's like, okay, I would think if you're doing quite well like that consistently, let's say like for 3 games in a row, 4 games in a row, you know, and even consistently over a long period of time, you do quite well, and it can read how it is that you play, then it throws you over to those other people, right? Instead of just like one game, one and done, and you're just like, oh yeah, you're too good, and we're gonna kick you over here. But so it's like, okay, well, I got a pop-off game, then you're gonna throw me over here with these other people, and now my night is completely ruined. It's so ruined. And I'm just like, oh, okay, it's a little, you know, a little over the top, but that's okay. But, and then the other side of the argument is, oh, well, people who don't like the skill-based matchmaking, they just want to be able to go through and stomp everybody. They just want to be able to stomp all the noobs, the people who ain't got, you know, thumbs, basically potatoes. You know, they just want to be able to play against those people. Which possibly that could be the case, but to me, for skill-based matchmaking, it sounds like it makes sense on paper, right? But we all know you can make something sound good on paper, but it doesn't get implemented very well in the wild, right? And I think you can kind of push that to many, many different things. So, but like I said, you know, skill-based matchmaking is kind of, for me, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I don't like even in Destiny, you know, I really don't play PvP all that often, but that doesn't mean that what I say should go just because of that. You know, that's more of like a biased take, but at the same time, you know, I want the problem is you're not going to make everybody fucking happy. You're going to piss somebody off. No matter, like, Bungie is going to piss somebody off, no matter what it is that they try to do. If they go with connection based or if they go with skill based, it doesn't matter one way or the other. Now, dedicated servers, I've heard people suggesting that, and I'm not too familiar, but I got an idea what that looks like. But I did have a really, really cool idea that it's almost like building like a private match, right? So here's my idea, which, you know, if it gets stolen, we'll be able to come back to this video and we could brag on everybody like, haha, Arma said it. He's the one who came up with the idea. Okay, so here's my idea. When it comes to, like, I think it would be really cool for a PvP mode is, I don't know, you could call it Forge or something like that. I guess kind of a wink towards the Halo days, but basically like where people could go in and literally, you know, they get to maybe choose a map and then they can actually build their own game modes, right? Like within the game. Like you're not going to be able to adjust the map or add or take away anything, but you basically get to set it up with rule sets, you know, where you can lock out exotics. You can lock out exotics and legendary weapons, certain armor pieces. Hell, you can even do it like where you can lock out certain classes, so you can only play as a warlock, a hunter, or a titan, or, you know, just go nuts. You know, come up with different game modes. Let the community come up with a bunch of game modes. Now, here's the kicker. That person that created that specific game mode, like let's say headshots only with, you know, kind of like how we almost did like in the old Call of Duty days, and you would actually be able to save that list that you made to make that game mode, and you get to name it, and it's got your gamer tag linked to it and all that good stuff, and it gets put up on a like some kind of server or something to where it could be put on display, and like you could basically upload it and have other people actually play your game mode. People could test it out and it's to be like, okay, you can see all the rules, try it out, and if you like it, then you get to go in and see what is popular, and it'll actually, maybe there will be a popularity number that is correlated with it, so that people can kind of see, oh well, this game mode called Blueberry Dunk Muffins, whatever people say, what these kids come up with these days, they could, you know, you could go try it out and be like, oh my god, this is really cool. Or you can also get into it and be like, you want to actually make a genuine competitive mode, and like I said, you can lock out certain exotics, certain type of weapons or whatever, and hell, you can make it where you have no abilities. Maybe you can have it where you only get to use like one super or something like that, right? So maybe you could try that and see if people would actually enjoy that, and then Bungie could take that into consideration. Like, you're literally having those in the community actually building it for you pretty much, and getting creative and be able to do certain things. And maybe that could be something that leads to something else. Maybe they can make something like that for Gambit and do something wild with it too. You know, like, people come up with some really crazy ass ideas. I don't know, like I mean, that's just kind of one of my ideas that I thought when it comes to like PvP. So I don't know, I thought that would be really, really cool, and it would actually be something that the community could come together and actually do, and, you know, kind of see where that goes. And like I said, don't be shy. I understand if you're just working and lurking, or if you're just lurking in the background, listening in. I do appreciate your time here. But, you know, feel free to hit me up in chat as well. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Don't worry, I don't bite unless you ask me to. Okay. So far we actually went over the whole Trials of Osiris, you know, kind of the state of the game with that. I think a lot of it's more like, it's that time of year, the whole doom and gloom. But boy, I tell you what, the hype will be all ramped up like a motherfucker by the time, you know, either the next season comes or when Lightfall shows up. So it's like, you know, kind of, yeah, you know, people are going to say some shit or whatever, but it's whatever. You know, a lot of the times I don't think a lot of people really care all that much. They, you know, and a lot of the people are actually like, you know, just playing other games, which I highly recommend for people to be able to do. Seg Phase, I feel like you're right. My bad, you just randomly popped up into my automatic play feed, but you're right. I appreciate it. But anyways, but yeah, when it comes to that, it's, you know, end of the season, doom and gloom. You know, it's the cycle of Destiny, but definitely take breaks, play other games. They need to balance it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't need a balance, for sure. I'm not going to sit here and say that it doesn't. I guarantee that it could use some work, but I don't think, you know, just some shiny new weapons and a couple new maps is going to be enough, because you're just going to be right back in that same cycle when it comes to, like, if you're talking about Trials or even skill-based matchmaking. That's a whole nother topic. But anyways, let's see, what else is there besides skill-based matchmaking? I don't know, has anybody been playing the new Call of Duty or the new Modern Warfare 2? Noticing like if there's really, can you feel a difference if you're a PvP player in Destiny and you decided to try out Modern Warfare 2, if the skill-based matchmaking is pretty similar, or is there a significant difference? I'm actually kind of curious, because I haven't actually got a chance to even try playing the new Modern Warfare 2. It's definitely one that I do want to try, for sure. And also, give the stream a like if you would. It helps with the algorithm. Get some more people up in here so we can have more conversations. And also give me a sub if you like. I'm actually getting back onto where my normal schedule is like Monday through Friday. That's kind of that's the goal here. So okay. Let me actually take a look at some. But real quick before I got back to work, I feel like what you said about matchmaking with a sweat squad. Yeah. Hey, if you're at work, feel free to work and lurk if you can. If you can't, it's cool. But does it feel good when your team pummels them and you take their yeah, I mean, yeah, it kind of does. It does kind of feel good, but I don't know. I mean, I noticed that a lot of people are talking about when it comes to PvP, it's like back and forth. It's either you're pummeling them or they pummeling you, basically. So it's a real back and forth, and I don't know. I just always figure that's kind of the nature of the game. Now I do notice, let's say if you go in as a 6 stack and then you go up against another group and like they're all solo players, and all of a sudden it's like some gets pulled out their ass and they just destroy the shit out of you because they were just like, oh shit, it's a whole 6 stack, we need to beat them, so they try harder, which I find that a lot of fun. Okay, let me see here. Let's see, let me come over here to Twitter. Actually, before I do, let me pop this out right quick so I can keep an eye on this. But hard one, man. I know what you mean, but I need my music as I work. Short convo, have a good one. Yeah, you have a good one as well. Do appreciate you being around. So, but I understand you gotta have that music to get you through the night. I get it. That graveyard shift though. Oof. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna come over here. Sometimes, oh my god. Let's see. What is everybody talking about, like warlocks? I guess talking about nerfing warlocks again. I mean, I'm a hunter main, so I mean, eh. Okay, let's see. See what else I can. If Bungie brought back legendary weapon skins to Destiny, but made them obtainable in in-game activities, would you be more inclined to play them? Weapon skins in in-game activities? Probably not. Like, I like my weapons, man. cosmetics. They're nice, but it's not really like my driving force when it comes to that. So it's kind of meh. Let's see. Okay. Well, I guess the whole SBMM, and I know like trials is kind of trickling around a little bit, but it's not like how it was, to be honest. So, but yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, those are basically my thoughts when it comes to, when it comes to trials, skill-based matchmaking. It's, it's kind of, it is what it is. So, let's see here. Live. Yeah, there we go. Make sure I got it on live chat. I need to make sure I got it on live chat. I've actually made that mistake. I usually try to get it set up before with live chat, but it doesn't seem to work out all that great sometimes. Like, I don't know. Oh. Okay, so anyways, this has actually been really good. It's been really good. A little bit of conversation. It was kind of more of, try to have a topic to talk about. And here, as of recent, it's a lot of, trials. And I know that Astrocross just put out a video about a interview and a lot of new different things that are coming our way over the next few seasons. And especially when it comes to like weapons and weapon traits and all that kind of cool stuff. Let's just say I really hope volatile rounds comes to a weapon here soon. I am looking forward to volatile. Void Hunter is my shiznit. Okay, I love that shit. Okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. I need it in my life. And which, Arc is kind of like my second best, and then Solar is kind of pretty, it's okay. So, but I think they're talking about actually bringing volatile rounds to like weapons like what we have for incandescent and volt shot, which volt shot is actually not too bad. I just wish there wasn't on a sidearm and a pulse rifle and a sniper. I mean, come on, put it on either, put it on an AR, like an AR, or yeah, put it on an AR. That'd be nice, Get off these weird whack ass fucking weapons. I don't even like sidearms. I used to be big about sidearms in D1 though. I hated hand cannons. They were just all clunky and just slow. But boy, I go John Wick with some fucking sidearms in Destiny in the first one. Fuck. And then sidearms just, they kind of suck now. But they're kind of meta right now as well. But that will soon pass as well. They'll go back to being shit one day, probably. Unless if they keep it the way it is and they actually, stay pretty good. So who knows? But anyways, I mean, that's kind of all that I have for the night. I know it's kind of a little bit of a shorter stream. I mean, we're like 6 minutes into almost making it to an hour, but I'm not going to really stress about it, to be honest. But anyways, this was an awesome night. I am glad to be back in the ring, get on some of these hot topics that people like to talk about. Let me get over here. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. Get that out of here. Like I said, I have a Discord. Link is in the description if you want to join. I have a bunch of folks in here that are in my clan, and I also have a bunch of people that I've met through doing this show. And you can come and feel free to come check it out. You can even interact with me. You can message me directly. That's fine. That's not going to be a problem. So, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here for the night, and I will be back again tomorrow night. Not sure what the topic will be just yet, like always, but we'll actually get there, and hopefully I'll have some nice and juicy for everybody. So I do appreciate you being here, especially if you're watching this in the past broadcast and you made it this far. You are the true GOAT. All right. So anyways, I'm gonna go. Y'all take care. Y'all keep it classy.